stuff, so we answer anything. So
You can call us anything.
Yes, so everybody needs to stand up. If you want to get out in the aisle or up here on the stage. Gotta follow along.
I'm gonna be behind you with the camera. I'm not.
This site is called GoNoodle.com. It's done by a health organization. And it's brain breaks for kids. And because our kids need to move a lot. They can't sit for 45 minutes. And you can see they're all appropriate for kids. But not only is it movement like these Zumba ones, but look at these Olympic ones like the shot put, long jump, discus, high jump. I looked at the 100-meter sprint. So the kids are jogging in place. It's done by Joan. So each of these Olympic ones has an Olympic athlete that introduces them and talks to them about the importance of exercise and, you know, things like that.
Most of them are like 3 or 4 minutes, a little bit less, so they're fast. They might seem like 30 minutes for some.
These at the top are good before test. They're stress relievers. So on the airtime where it goes across the United States, they're blowing a bubble across the different states. So it's teaching them to breathe in and breathe out. So they're having, the bubble goes up when you breathe in and down when you breathe out.
So Maximo is just a character. He is hysterical.
But you sign up, you register, it's free. You register your class. If you have multiple classes, you can have, period 1, period 2, period 3. And your classes can compete against each other for time or compete with other classes. There is a paid version, however, the paid version is really not designed for schools. It's designed for, their biggest client is Cook Children's Hospital in Dallas. And they've tied curriculum into the movement because those kids don't get recess and stuff. So it's really an interesting, very interesting thing. Kids love it, but they need to get up moving, and adults need to get up and move. So now are we all ready? No one's going to fall asleep in this session.
And we are doing QR codes. You are in the right spot.
Okay. And I'm Janet, and this is Joan, or you can call us either one.
Or Joan it, or...
We are retired educators. We both spent a lot of time teaching. We've taught different levels, and now we go around the country training teachers on how to effectively use technology in their classrooms. We've done a lot with iPads. I've done a lot with Promethean boards. We've done Chromebooks, Android tablets. Nothing. Some teachers have nothing, so we've done that. It's kind of difficult.
We buy extra sketches.
How many of you are actually in a classroom now, working with students? Oh, about half of you. And loving it? Oh, okay. I want you to do it. I love it tomorrow Monday. All right. On our handout, which is that little business card, you will see a link, a web link, and it's to a live. It's called Live Binders.
How many of you have heard of live binders?
Oh, good.
Janet, we don't have handouts anymore, so all of our materials are going to be in live binders
Or somewhere.
Well, we hope they're there. But we have multiple live binders that you'll have access to, so you're not just getting it for QR codes. You can go to our shelf and you can find iPads, Pinterest, all sorts of things. So on that card where it says J2 Shelf, this is all our public binders, and there's probably 40 of them. So all our handouts that we do for workshops and sessions are there.
And we keep them updated. So if you have a device and you want to go with us, we're on tinyurl.com/J2Show. That's the link off of that card. And we will interrupt each other. We've done this for years, so don't think we're rude. That's just the way we function.
Or we may finish each other's sentences.
Yes. Okay? So, and when you get there, you're going to have to scroll. QR codes on my computer is the last one on the second row. If you're on an iPad or a phone, it's probably going to be more rows just because of the size. But it's called QR codes.
If anybody would like to borrow a device, I'd be glad to.
How many of you have used QR codes?
We love.
How many of you have no clue what a QR code is and you're just here because you need the hours? Oh. Okay, I'm sure you've seen QR codes on products in the newspaper. They're barcodes. And it stands for Quick Response Code, but what it is it just links you to information. There's all kinds of things that it can link. We'll show you how to create one. We're going to show you mainly activities. But it can link you to a website or it can link you to text. There's other things, those are the main two things that Joan and I do with them. So if you don't have on your device, hold on just 1 second. I'm going to do something else. We need to get an app on your device.
Well, when you have QR codes, you create them. You saw Lisa had created one. She talked about QR stuff. That's our favorite as well because it's easy. But you also have to have a QR reader. And so we did send out a list all about...
Oh, I forgot that we did send a list.
Yes, and Enigma is one of the QR code readers that we like. There's multiple ones, and we like it to use with kids because some of the QR code readers are like a scanner. It goes ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. The kids have to have it real centered. Enigma, you can stand halfway up
And be shaking it.
and you can read that QR code. So kids don't have to get up very close at all to read through it. So regardless of which one you use, this is one we like and it is free.
It also works, like if your classroom is dark like this, you've got the lights out, it works in light. Some of the others are very light sensitive, and this one works, it just works the best, okay? We love it. So if you don't have it on your device, that's one you may want to get. So what, as Joan, we're going through our binder here. Did everybody find the binders?
And if you need a device, I've got an extra. If you can't have it, it's not a door prize. We got two at the back. And it does look different on an iPad than on a laptop. But this is our binder, and if you haven't used live binders, it is like all those notebooks that you've had on your bookshelf for years, and these are our tabs across. And as you scroll across, you see here's QR scanners, and it opens, and we'll have sub-tabs.
Can I run that?
Oh, you're right, yeah, but it there.
There we go.
And you'll see down here our sub-tabs. And there's Enigma. Neo Reader's another popular one. We listed it because for a long time for Android devices, it would work on, was one of the best to work on an Android.
This scans from computer. It's an article on how to have, like a lot of classes now, have laptops or netbooks on carts. It's not a one-to-one. When you go into schools, you're liable to find, hey, you can check out this cart of netbooks, or this cart of iPads, or this cart of laptops. Well, if you want to do QR codes, you have to be able to scan them. And this is how you can scan from a computer. It's not as easy. Honestly, an iPad and an Android device are very simple. iPhone, any of that. Computers, you can do it, but it's just more tedious. It's not more difficult. Okay.
So when you click on any of these tabs, a lot of times it's going to take you out to a URL where there's information. Or it may take you to a Word document that we've created.
How many of you have it? Y'all, do you have scanners down? Okay. We're showing the QR code generation. We'll show you this later after we show you some stuff. We're gonna do this. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
All right. So
I'm going to give you a card. And what you're going to do, you're going to have to stand up. Remember, we're the old ladies that get everybody working. Okay? And I'm going to give you a card. But on that card, you have half of a QR code. So if you'll pass him one. You have half of a QR code. Oops, I think I need some more. That should be in set. Oh, I guess I missed that one. You may have to find us up here. Okay, I'm giving you half of a card. This is a very simple one.
cut QR codes in half. We do this all the time with different activities, so we're going to show you some more. But QR code, actually, if you have a class that's very hard to keep busy, cut them into 4 pieces. That's really tough. No. So we're just, these are simple math problems, and some of you have a problem, some of you have...
No, I don't have problems.
Both of you have problems. Okay.
You know what we're doing. Everybody have a card? What you have to do is you have to work the problems. We gave you difficult ones.
We hope you can do them.
I had some that have inverse operations for algebra, but we didn't want y'all to have to do that. So, you find the answer, get up.
the answer in your head.
So, we can do it. Find the person that has the same answer. Okay? And if you can't find it,
shout out, I've got...
and then place your QR code together and scan it. And we have some more up here. You know how you do it. Well, okay, Joan, What was the other?
There
One?
we go.
Wow, okay, super job. Awesome job.
So is everybody finding their partner and able to get your answer? Well, as you can see, we just made multiple QR codes that had words like awesome, great job, tremendous, way to go, you rock, and all. Okay, now, we're going to tell you this, you have a seat. It's important that you make, you're doing this with a class, that you don't do it's awesome on all of it, or it's wonderful on all of it. Because guess what happens? They could mismatch it, and it was saying like it was the right answer. So you need a different quote in there for each set. Does that make sense?
Okay, here's some examples. We have states and capitals. So you have the state, someone else has capital. That one's hard with adults because they don't know all the 50 states. Right. This one is music. Any music teachers? This is any subject area. Okay. This is the 10 Bill of Rights because they have to know the number and they have to know what the bill says. So you can make them any size. Now this one, walk around with that one, Vanna.
I'm Vanna. I've been working hard on that dance so I could be skinny like her. Okay, so this is a W with a picture of a wagon. And so they match it up. They're learning their sounds.
Scan it.
And we're going to scan it because this is a different.
Oh, I'm turn
it on.
We have to have sound.
Okay, have to listen. Wagon. I don't know if you heard that, but it said wagon. That QR code reads to them.
So there are QR codes that you can create. We'll show you which ones that we like, where they actually will read a sentence or an answer. So
Now,
base would do the same thing.
You are sitting here thinking, oh, in my spare time, I'm going to make all this.
This summer.
This summer. And if you do make a bunch of them, we would love for you to share them. This is just a sampling of what we have. We have tons of them. However, to make life easy for you, if you go under the directions and templates add, this is just a Word document. One reason we like Live Binders, because not only can we link to websites, but we can put our Word documents. So if I come here, I'm under directions and templates. It's the QR code matching template. This is a Word document, and each one of these says something different. There's like 30 of them. And it'll say, way to go, you rock, awesome, got right answer, fantastic. I had to go to one of those websites, like 100 ways to say you're correct.
I was impressed till she told me where she was.
Then all you need are text boxes. So if you're doing a math problem, and there's another way than what we did, a math problem. You could have 4 plus 2, you have 6 here. So they have to work the problem. But I like having both kids work the problem. Now, I've done this with my daughter who teaches pre-calculus in Algebra 2 with huge problems. So you can do this at any level. We've done this pre-K all the way through seniors in high school. Kids love it. They love it for a couple of reasons. It gets them up moving, and it's collaborative, and they just love using technology. Now, one thing we haven't talked about, and if you're not in a school, you probably don't know what kind of situation you're going to be in. But right now, one-to-one is awesome, but it's not realistic in every school you're going to go in, okay? We tell people, and I didn't bring my old phone, but Joan and I both carry, usually when we do training, our old iPhones. Because most of your schools now will have a wireless network. You don't need the data plan. They work fine on a wireless network. You can use it for apps and everything else. But it works great as a scanning document, a scanning function. So those of you, when you get a new phone, you just put that other one in a drawer.
Or you give it to your husband.
Or you give it to your husband. You like to get rid of something that still works. Now they're offering rebates, but they haven't in the past. So while you're here at A&M and you've got all of these techie friends that stand at the line at the Apple store every time there's a new phone, and they probably have 6 or 7, just say, could you donate them to a poor school teacher? Okay? Makes them feel good. But if
And all you have to do is tell the parents, set it back to the original settings, it
And ask them
deletes
to
their
put the apps on.
contacts, everything. Tell them to bring it up to the latest operating system that they can bring it up to. And, you've got a wonderful device. And ask for the charger.
And it doesn't have to be an iPhone, it can be any smartphone. Old iPods, touches, any of that, okay? So this document is here for you, so when you're student teaching, you need to make something, it's right here, and they're gonna think you did all this work. Now, you're probably thinking, oh, I really like the 50 states and stuff like that. If you could, man, this is a huge, huge binder. More activities, if you go under more activities, you're gonna see, I don't know, any of the ones we just had, states, do you see 50 states? Do you see, they're all here somewhere, there's just, it's too big. I don't know. I've made a tab, there it is, matching cards. Here's the music one, here's states and capitals, all you have to do is download and print it. Here's algebra inverse operations, for any of y'all teaching that in kindergarten. These are the math problems that we just saw. Here's the ABC one. Oh, now that one took us a long time to do. It's already done for you. Bill of Rights, and here's one for physical science, and we really have more that we need to add, and we will. And that's the nice thing about our live binders, just keep checking back and we see new stuff. Okay, so that's one of our favorite activities. What else do we want to show them, Joan?
Okay. Let's also talk about bottle caps, right?
Okay. You walk around with bottle caps. I'll find
Now,
here it is. Fractions and decimals, right here.
Right.
Bottle caps. Here's some more.
Okay, so here's our bottle caps. I started collecting these at a school where from the kids at lunch, because they had milk that came in bottles, and they kept bringing them to me and bringing them to me. You know, now I have lots of bottle caps. And they're not the best as far as the size necessarily, but they were free, and we're definitely in free, and but like your orange juice bottles,
Gatorade,
Powerade, if anybody's doing Slim Fast, those are great ones, you know.
Okay, this one is alphabetical order. She's got fractions and decimals.
This is hard.
That one's hard. My husband teaches college math and he wants to borrow that with his college students. Okay, these are alphabetizing words that begin with a prefix un. That's hard for kids, okay? So you see I've got unsafe, unzip, unusual, unpack. You get the picture? So what they're going to do is they're going to put these in alphabetical order. Okay, unzip is going to go with the end. So I'm just laying them down in alphabetical order. You'll notice on the inside there's a QR code. So once they get them all in order, they flip them over, keeping them in order, and they scan each one of those. If they've done it correctly, it should say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If it says 1, 2, 3, 8, 7, 6, 4, they don't know they're alphabetizing.
Now these are, some of these are fractions, these are decimals, and they're supposed to put them from the least to the greatest. So I have 3/4, and then I have 1/12. Oh, I have 25 hundredths. Oh, where do I need to put that? 1 5/10. And so they're looking at all of these in different formats to decide I'm going from least to greatest. And it's the same thing on the inside. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So great for a center. It's self-checking. And if you didn't know, Avery labels, they make these round ones. Janet and I did not cut these out, you know, watching television. We printed it off on Avery labels that you can buy that are just perfect for this. So that's a real, you know, higher order. She said her husband, some of his college students can't do this.
Okay, this is really, I keep saying they're one of our favorites.
Well, everything's our
favorite. These are writing prompts. And you've probably seen this template. Yes, ma'am.
How do you actually get it like this?
Well, we'll show you. Yeah, we're going to show you that. We'll show you activities, and we'll show you how to make them. Okay? This, you've probably seen this template for a cube. Okay, it's all over the internet. So, and because we travel, we can't really put them together, but y'all get the fact that it puts together into a cube. Well, on each one of these cubes is a writing prompt, in each square. So they roll it, they scan the one that lands on top, and that's their writing prompt. So, this one right here is Martin Luther King, because in January you're going to study Martin Luther King in almost any grade level. So, each one of these is a question like, why do you think Martin Luther King won the Nobel Peace Prize? What problems, issues did Martin Luther King run up against? What is he most well known for? What is your favorite quote? You know, questions like that. Joan, because Joan taught science, did a science cube, and these are questions about science. One of them might be,
You know, what's the difference between, grassland and, or what, yeah, I mean, there's just, it was a whole variety. It doesn't matter, you can make it, and also we found, I got frustrated trying to use this little,
well, it's hard when we travel. In a classroom, you're going to put it together.
but you put a hobby lobby and get wooden cubes and
just
just
fit on.
and glue them on. That's what I like.
These are just generic writing prompts that usually in language arts. So,
Now,
if you want to do these, here's the directions. Here's the cube. This is just the regular writing prompt ones right here. The word doc.
there's the sign.
Here's the science. Here's the MLK. But you can use any content area and do this.
And that's one of the things we try to do in this is to say, it doesn't matter what subject. We're just giving you ideas. And so, Janet and I, now you wonder, we have all these folders and all, because we do this a lot, and we decided we need to be better organized. So now we have our colored folders, and so I have just picked up ideas using QR codes. Blue means math. So I can grab these, and I don't know, we've reverted back to our early days. I love to laminate stuff. So I don't know, what is it about laminating? It's just shiny and all of that. I hadn't done it for years, so now our folders are laminated. And
Do it last time.
yeah, okay. Because you found it there?
No, because this is one of the most difficult things to teach. It's on the STAR test, and it's one of the lowest areas on the STAR test.
Okay, so here are some, and again, you could do this in a center, you could do it, have students working with each other. So here's a question. Spencer wants to go to the movies with his friend, but he has to finish his homework first. It is now 11:15. If his friends are going to pick him up at 1 o'clock, how much time does Spencer have to finish his homework? So, also, you want to know how, you don't want them just to scan this to, what, get the answer and put the answer down without working at home. So, a lot of times we suggest that you have just a blank sheet of paper, and they number it 1 through something, and they write the answer. But then they scan it, and they can see if they have gotten the right answer. And so all of these are just little scenarios that would be typical for kids, and they would understand that it's things that happen to them in their life and all.
So those are here for you if you need it, if you're doing a lapse
And we're
time.
going to leave these out. We'll put them back at the back there.
You want to take pictures of them? What other one are you pulling up?
Okay.
We've written it.
Phone, I have done a lot of this, and there's a lot of ways to do it. These are, and we go and what you'll find in our binder, if we create it, the materials are going to be there, and you're welcome to use it. But we're very careful about copyright. We like to say we steal from the best, but we like to give credit to the people that have spent a lot of time. So a lot of times our
Where's that one come?
this is it's lines and angles, okay.
Okay.
So this was created by this Kristen Kennedy. She does wonderful stuff, and it's so well done. And, why wouldn't I rather and she gives you permission to print it and all.
So here's a link to where you get it, because we don't feel like we can honestly put it just the whole activity. But here's a link where you print this off for free.
And so this is one of them. She has a start card. And so you scan, the students scan this. And it's going to give them, they have to know, maybe it's a description of what is an acute angle. And these are placed around the room. And so then they go and they find an acute angle, and then gives them an answer. And then tells them where they go next. And so they complete all of these. Now, I have done this type of activity with cards all around the room with all ages. And at first it made me nervous because I thought, oh my goodness, this is going to be chaos. They're going to be knocking each other over, they're carrying their phones around, they're going to drop them, blah, blah, blah. None of that has ever happened. They are so, one, the QR codes really grab them, and two, they're up moving around, which they really like to do. I've done it with second graders with clocks, learning time. I did not know how hard it was to teach kids to tell time. It's hard, so we did something like this, and they moved around the classroom. So don't be afraid to let them get out of their seats.
Okay, let's move to social studies, because
We'll put it all back.
yeah, this is famous Texas battles. So if you're going to teach 4th grade, you're going to teach Texas history. So on this card, there are the 3 famous battles: Battle of the Alamo, Battle of San Jacinto, and Battle of Gonzales. Vanna, hold this like your table. Okay, your table, so they can see. And in here are all the little cards. Now, the reason we love QR codes in elementary school is because elementary schools do so much, they do a lot of center, correct? These are perfect center ideas. They're self-checking, which means the kid's not going, Miss Gore, come check my work. They're self-checking. So you can be with that guided reading group and you're not having to come over here. All right, so I'll read these cards. Y'all have to tell me, less than 20 minutes, which battle? San Jacinto. So I'm going to put it under San Jacinto. April 21st, 1836.
San Jacinto.
Oh, good. They're just up.
There's
Sam Houston led the
A&M.
Sam Houston led the Texas Army.
Oh, that sounds better.
Battle ended March 6, 1836. Oh, got a different one. Come and take it. Gonzales. Okay, so you see what I'm doing. I'm putting them in the correct category. Once I'm finished, I take a stack and flip it over, and on the back of each one, as Joan said, are the stickers, QR code stickers, and I'm going to self-check. And this one should say, if I scan it, Battle of the Alamo, Battle of the Alamo, Battle of the Alamo. This stack should say Battle of San Jacinto. This one should say Battle of Gonzales. Very simple to do. It's already done for you if you need that one. However, we've also got it in, like she said, we do different multiple subjects. Vertebrates and invertebrates. You study that in science. I don't know what grades. You make a card with your 2 categories. Same thing. They put them in the right place. After they put them in the correct category, they check them. Now, I always get the question, well, what's going to keep kids from cheating? Guess what? If they're going to cheat, they're going to cheat. They're going to find a way to cheat. That's kids. Y'all experienced that your whole life. However, the greatest motivation in this is, if I find you cheating, you're doing this on paper and pencil. Guess what? They don't want to do just paper and pencil. So it really is a great motivational tool. This one is an excellent one.
This is same thing as battles, if now it's math, it's feet and inches. And so
That's me because I had the sound on.
okay. So we have cards. Would you measure this object in inches or feet? Work folder. Would you measure inches of feet? A bed, a garage door. I mean, there's all sorts of ones in here. And so they're deciding which would be the best, inches or feet. Okay? So that's one that's really...
Oh, I love these language arts, this sight world.
I love everything.
Okay, talk about this one and I'm going to find it on the thing.
Okay. Oh, bingo cards. Okay, this is, again, we didn't create it, we wish, but oh, it's so pretty and it's so well done. It was so easy just to print and laminate and cut out. And this comes from Technology in Early Childhood, which is a great website. So you have these bingo cards, and these are sight words, and these were all done, they're all different words.
So you can have, 6 or 7 kids at a station.
At a station, and because it's sight words, we bought little eyes. I mean, Jen and I really didn't get to teach elementary education, but we love it and all. So we're having a ball when we go into elementary rooms.
I'm using Enigma, you'll have to listen.
Okay.
I just drop it and scan it. Okay, so on the card, they find the word no, and they mark it, and then whoever goes first gets that one. Gets to win. And here, because we didn't create it, here's the lady's website. All you have to do is print it off. Very simple to do.
Well, we did think of the eyes.
She didn't, yeah, that's boring. Yeah, we take credit for the eyes. Now, also, another one, do y'all see barns on here? Site word barns, right here. Another one that we did not create, very similar though for your site word. And your kindergartners and pre-kindergartners, they love doing QR codes. Every grade level does, but the little ones just go nuts with it. It's there. Let me get my enigma out.
That's not it.
I probably pulled it out.
Okay.
That's right in front. Anyway, it's very similar. It's barns.
Barns, wait a minute, I'll find it.
Well, we'll just keep moving because we'll run out of time.
I know.
Here, there's little, look how the little barns are done. I just print them out, and she's got directions. She also tells you how to record on an MP3 player. It would be red, so that's okay. Another cute one that we found. These are for younger ones. Now, I'm going to show you. How many of you use Teachers Pay Teachers? Okay. This one we actually have to pay for. We're into free because it's in our budget. But if it's
You don't have a budget.
well, if it's really excellent, we're willing to pay. And I was doing a lesson with special ed kindergarten on beginning letters. This one is awesome, and it's each letter of the alphabet. It was like $2. It would take me hours to create this. So $2 is well worth my time. The other one I found, same thing, except this has each letter of the alphabet plus in lower and uppercase. And so you have to find the pictures that start with the O and then you scan it. These are adorable, and they're very inexpensive on Teachers Pay Teachers. Love Teachers Pay Teachers. One I do want to show you that's for the older kids, the game. The game.
Main idea.
Yes, main idea game. On Teachers Pay Teachers, you can find a whole lot of, what do they call them, cards? There's a name for them. Activity cards. I don't know, cards. Task cards! Thank you, that was not a word I used in my vocabulary when I was teaching. Okay, I was teaching, what is this? Main idea, probably 4th grade. I found the task cards online, but it had no technology tied to it. So if you will take your activities that you already have or that you find or that teachers share with you and tie technology to it, you're really going to increase the student engagement in your classroom. All right, so these are task cards on the main idea. And I made it into a game. There's a website. This is all on the tab. There's a website that's called, I love this one, the Networking Fairy. Okay? And the Networking Fairy has game boards that you can print off. Okay? This little sweet teacher has the where the kids do the answer cards for the teacher, plus a cheat sheet, answer card for the kids and an answer sheet for the teacher. So what I did is I took the task cards, and I saw it, you had that little
right over there.
Here. I took the task cards and turned it into a board game. Okay? With a die, they roll the die. These are just little erasers. They moved along the board. No, they had to answer the question, pick a card, answer the question. Their partner scans the card. If they got it right, they can roll the die and move on. So I took these task cards that are already created, just took maybe an hour. I could probably do it faster next time because it took me a while to think of it. And then just made a board game out of it. Great center activity. Also good tutorial activity because when you're doing tutoring after school or whenever, you don't have time to individually work with each kid, but you need to give them some things they can do. So you see what I'm saying is taking things that are already done and tying the technology to them.
Okay, so I found sight word barns, or words. So there's 2 different ones here. So they would scan this. It doesn't have a word on it. And again, it's an audio. And so it says the word and. And so then they go and they look at all of these and they find the barn door that has the sight word that they've just heard. So now you have audio, visual, and then they scan this again and it'll say, this is the word and. So it's reinforcement. So you're hitting all of those 3 census immediately. So, again, a great activity.
We have 9 minutes, so I'm gonna show them how to make QR
Okay.
codes, okay? To make QR codes, the easiest thing to do is to go to the QR code generator, and we like QR stuff. There are others, never pay for a QR code generator. There's some out there that they try to sell you some. So let's just say that, what is your university website?
TAMU.edu.
TAMU.edu, okay? Notice how that changed. Did you see that change? This QR code will now link you to Texas A&M University. That's how fast it is to make one, okay? Let me do another one.
Now we've taken all the mystery out.
Yeah. Your elementary kids can make QR codes, okay? Watch the code. I'm going to type in an address. Watch that change. CNN.com. Now that will take you to CNN.com. If I want it to be purple, I can change the color. But you're going to find that when you're teaching, you don't have access to a lot of color printers. Print on colored paper, black and white. Okay? Now, the problem is I need to get it to something. So I download the QR code. Now on a Mac, I have to do a screenshot, but on a PC, I just right click and do copy. Right click and paste it in a Word document, a PowerPoint, or wherever. But that's how fast I can make a QR code. Type in my address.
Now, one of the reasons we like QR stuff, notice by default, it said that was, we were putting in URLs. You don't always want to put in a URL. So you can go down.
And we don't do all this Facebook, Twitter, all that. We do plain text.
So now,
I think I got plain text.
there
There it
it
is.
is. Now you have a box, and you can now type out instructions. I had a teacher, after we had been in the classroom with her, I came back and as a follow-up, she had this little QR code up on a piece of paper, and
Watch that code
and
change.
it said, her QR code was, our question was, what did you have trouble with? She taught math. What problems in math homework did you have problems with? And that QR code took it to a Padlet wall, and they put little sticky notes immediately on which ones they had trouble with. And so, you know, it doesn't have to always be this super duper lesson. But notice that the more she types, then the more pixels
So
you'll
if you
get.
scan that, you could actually scan it from your seat. It would say Texas A&M Aggies are awesome. These people will be awesome teachers. Gig them. Janet says sick embarrassing. Joan says go pro. Okay? So I would download that and I would put it in my Word document, whatever. Okay? Here's why we like QR stuff. They're all simple to use. Here's the one thing that I've not found on any other, but when I come down here to print, if you've ever made labels off of Avery labels, you know where you put the number in? Okay. It's thinking. It has the built-in labels there for you, just like an Avery template does. For some reason, it's thinking and don't know why. But it gives you the option. Oh, there it was. Here it is. Well, when I print, it gives me the labels, and there's different numbers, just like there's different file folder size address. You know, they all have a number. You pick which one you have. Now, I found them at Staples and Office Depot and Office Max. They're not very expensive. So then I have stickers that are QR codes. Okay. Now, another QR code generator that we like is QR Voice, and this is what we used on the
Like the wagon, saying, oh, this is a wagon.
Now, I had trouble figuring
It's
this
so
one out.
simple.
There's no directions. They do have a help thing that they didn't used to have. So if I wanted to put, y'all get your Enigma out, okay? Aggies are the best teachers. They are tons of fun. Somebody scan it. Make sure your sound is on. Oh, and this is how you make it.
That's in Spanish.
Oh.
I just wanted to mention that.
Okay, somebody scan that. You can scan it from your seat. It'll take a second for me.
And have your volume up.
Yeah.
These are the best.
See? It reads it to you.
Now, you saw it did say Spanish. So if you type in English and just put it on Spanish, it's going to be bad Spanish. It will
Well,
not
look at all the languages, if you're in bilingual ESL programs.
Swahili. But
Yeah.
if you write it in Spanish and have it on Spanish, it will have the correct.
And on that one, you can, and just on PC, you just right click, or you can save link as, however you want to do it. Now, there's one other QR code generator that we just recently found out about. It's the bulk QR code generator.
This is so cool.
Yes, okay. Some of you made a lot of QR codes. Okay, if you do a lot to go to websites, so I'm just gonna do CNN.com, ESPN.com, People.com, Time.com, ABC. You get the picture, I'm typing in web addresses. When I'm through, I come down here to generate codes.
There's the 5.
There they are, that fast, okay? So I'll put them in a list. It only does it.
Put your jaw.
It only does it for links to websites. It does not do it with text. But boy, that just, if I'm doing a lot, and think about your kids, you want them to go to websites, they can go very, very quickly with a QR
We have
code.
to show them this.
We have to show them this.
Okay, now Mother's Day is coming up, but also think about, this could have been done at Valentine's, it's been done at Christmas, and all. So you can create, your students can create an audio QR code with their voice.
This is, the directions are under holiday greetings.
Because
This
you're
is
using
talk about
Crow Kit.
Crow Kit.
Remember she mentioned Crow Kit.
There's the direction.
And so, when you do some of these others, it's not your voice, it's built in. So this one though, you will hear the voice, so you could say, Mommy, you are the best, thank you for baking me cookies, or something like that. And it generates the QR code, they cut it out, they paste it on a little heart or something, and they take it home. Now, would your parents not love something like that? And so you could have done at Christmas, and just, going to a web, looking for just the ornaments or a heart or a flower for Mother's Day. Oh, they
You
can
have
take
2
home a
minutes.
flower, okay? So that's just a fun thing to do, but the kids, it's their voice.
Okay, I'm going to show you Teachers Pay Teachers. For those of you that have not used it, it's really where teachers sell their stuff and to other teachers. I'm not logged in, but you have to have a free account in order to download stuff. So here's what I would do. QR codes. If I type that in the search engine, not log in, search. Make me log in.
Okay, as you know, a lot of times you say Teachers Pay Teachers, it's going to cost you $5.99, $3.99, $4.99. There's a lot of stuff on there that's free. And so what Janet's, she's gotten logged in
I'll
and
get you to do a survey. Okay, now, this first one's $5. I know you can come over here and somewhere find free and just find the free stuff right there. I like to do this. I come up here to relevance and change it to price. And it puts all the free stuff first. And there are
99 cents.
There are 4,464 QR code activities in here. That's a lot. Why we create the wheel? Now, the reason I do this instead of just searching for free, if it's something like some of these things that we showed you, my time is worth $2. Okay? Especially when you start teaching and you have families and some of you have second jobs and you're working on a master's, your time's worth a whole lot more than $2. So I scroll down, and after I get past the free, it's going to be the $1 stuff, then the $2 stuff. I never pay more than like $5 for anything. Watch during the holidays, they always have sales. Just like the store.
Just like the store.
Okay,
All right,
here we go.
25, and now on your agenda is lunch, but I put some of the folders out back there, and we can turn the lights
I want to give you
on. And we do have presents for you.
these are screen cleaners. And they just stick on your little device. Yes, from Ipivo, who
We don't know.
we don't know. They send us.
Oh, would you like to send us some spice?
Here, start.
And as I said,
We need our little math number cards back. If you'll have
yes. If you have the math cards,
I'll take your math card.
Thank you.
Did you give them? I'm giving them.
Okay? Okay. Yes, I need my math number card. Don't leave with those.
And take our handout with you.
Yeah.
So that